Play on that shit.
Let's go.
Yeah. For real.
Yeah.
I love you for it. Just as kids, we thought about this. Dreamed about it.
Hey, looking at the world through my rear view. Paint pictures with these words to give them all a clear view of the obstacles one must endure to veer through, and the rules of the game one must adhere to. It took a lot for my own people to hear me until I came anew. Now the whole city feel me. Pasadena shine for eons, I've been filthy. I can only give you my life cause it's the real me. My conversation through the music's why they feel me. And when I'm broken, your love somehow heals me. I wear my heart on my sleeve and on my verses, cause everything I do, you know I do with purpose. I'm just getting started, I ain't even scratched the surface. Yeah.
Thought us making movies, but it's more like commercials.
Yeah. Looking at the world through my rear view. Paint pictures with these words to give them all a clear view of the obstacles one must endure to veer through, and the rules of the game one must adhere to. It took a lot for my own people to hear me until I came anew. Now the whole city feel me. Pasadena shine for eons, I've been filthy. I can only give you my life cause it's the real me. Hey, I done seen the worst of it and still pray for the best. Like a kill from my furnace say, I ain't tryna hold you, I'm a realist, so I say it to your face. Living day to day, it's only one way to go out and get it, bring it home and change your own fate. I would've never made it through if not for God's grace. Even a hustler gotta know it's the time and place. Coming from the streets, you know we paid for it, made a name for it, felt pain for it. They said the crime was up for grabs, so I came for it. It comes naturally to me, I got a thing for it. I feel like money making Mitch, I was made
the whole
for it.
Camera. Yeah.
I feel like money making Mitch, I was made for it.
The whole it's facing that way.
Looking at the world through my rear view. Paint pictures with these words to give them all a clear view of the obstacles one must endure to veer through, and the rules of the game one must adhere to. It took a lot for my own people to hear me until I came anew. Now the whole city feel me. Pasadena shine for eons, I've been filthy. I can only give you my life cause it's the real me.
Good. Y'all want to start that over? Yeah? All right. Yeah, we'll do it over.
Nuwave Shop Talk. Don't turn on for it. Famously broke. Baby H in the building. Yeah. Hey, looking at the world through my rear view. Paint pictures with these words to give them all a clear view of the obstacles one must endure to veer through, and the rules of the game one must adhere to. It took a lot for my own people to hear me until I came anew. Now the whole city feel me. Pasadena shine for eons, I've been filthy. I can only give you my life cause it's the real me. My conversation through the music's why they feel me, and when I'm broken your love somehow heals me. I wear my heart on my sleeve and on my verses, cause everything I do you know I do with purpose. I'm just getting started, I ain't even scratched the surface. Yeah, for real. Thought us making movies, but it's more like commercials. Yeah. Hey, looking at the world through my rear view. Paint pictures with these words to give them all a clear view of the obstacles one must endure to veer through, and the rules of the game one must adhere to. It took a lot for my own people to hear me until I came anew. Now the whole city feel me. Pasadena shine for eons, I've been filthy. I can only give you my life cause it's the real me. Hey, I done seen the worst of it and still pray for the best. Like a kill from my furnace say, I ain't tryna hold you, I'm a realist, so I say it to your face. Living day to day, it's only one way to go out and get it, bring it home and change your own fate. I would've never made it through if not for God's grace. Even a hustler gotta know it's the time and place. Coming from the streets, you know we paid for it, made a name for it, felt pain for it. They say the crime was up for grabs, so I came for it. It comes naturally to me, I got a thing for it. I feel like money making Mitch, I was made for it. Yeah. Hey, I feel like money making Mitch, I was made for it. Yeah, money making Mitch. Looking at the world through my rear view. Paint pictures with these words to give them all a clear view of the obstacles one must endure to veer through, and the rules of the game one must adhere to. It took a lot for my own people to hear me until I came anew. Now the whole city feel me. Pasadena shine for eons, I've been filthy. I can only give you my life cause it's the real me. Hey, for real. Man, swear to you, man, it's from my heart.
Yeah. Nuwave Shop Talk. That's my boy. Pasadena Shine. What's the name of that song?
Man, Pasadena Shine.
Man, that's
I can
what's
only
up.
give you my life because it's the real me.
For sure, man. I'd like to welcome y'all all to episode 4, New Wave Podcast, Shop Talk. See, we
Yes,
got
sir.
the banner now. You know what I'm saying? I'm your host, Dina Boy Juice, and my co-host to my left is
Mr. Swaggy D in the building.
Swaggy D, and to my right,
Man, SD Pasadena Shine, it's all the same.
AKA, you feel me? So, shit, it was just Memorial Day weekend. You know, I ain't do shit, so, you know, I'm a homebody.
I had a good time this weekend, man. Put something on the grill.
Oh, man. No invite, but go ahead.
Just put something on the grill. It was real simple.
Uh-huh.
You know, for the kids, you know, they enjoyed it. We had a good weekend.
Which had some vegan hot dogs?
I did for me, yes. But they had their hot dogs. Yes, I did.
For sure.
Glad y'all had a good weekend. Glad-
You was drunk all weekend. It sounded like you had a great
Yeah,
weekend.
great weekend.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, it was all right. You know what I'm saying? We went to the club. We had a good time with the fellas.
Oh, okay.
It was cool. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Didn't really get to do no barbecue on the holiday, but it's all good.
Yes, sir.
I know, man. It's crazy because, like, he barbecued, but shit, we didn't barbecue. So it just seemed like nobody not barbecuing no more. You know what I'm saying? Remember, we used to have barbecues all the damn time. We barbecue because it was sunny.
Right.
You know what I'm
For real.
saying?
Yeah,
Now it's like the
what we
holidays
do.
come up, niggas ain't barbecuing.
I ain't even gonna say nothing about that. Because
man.
normally we come together, you know,
Uh-huh.
and you know, over the last, I could say 6-7 months, you know, things have been different. You know, because the pandemic, we was coming together, you know.
Yeah. Well, shit, the pandemic is over, really, so everybody just out on their own now. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with it. But, yeah, we need
doing
to
their own
start
thing.
coming together a little more, having a little barbecues, man. We was talking about it, man. We're going to probably have something over here. You know what I mean? Y'all can come down, take pictures. We'll let y'all know. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to do a live podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you know how
While
your
we
people
have a
come
little
cook?
party. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Have some food.
Man.
Yeah.
Trying to use this damn phone, it just keeps going out.
Man, if you're in Pasadena, man, and you know where we at, you know, pull up.
Yeah, pull up. We're going to let you know when, because it's going to be popping. You know, we're going to have some food, some drink. You know what I'm saying?
That'll be a good day probably for me to shoot a video.
Yeah, that'd be good. We
be
can
a
have a
great day.
podcast in the video. You know what I'm
sir.
saying? And it'll be
It'll
straight.
be a great day.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, that's what's good with everybody, man. You know, so today we're going to, you heard the song, Pasadena Shine. So we're going to start with Pasadena Shine. He want to talk about, what you want to talk about?
Well, today, you know, we was just sitting back and we was all, you know, pondering conversation and you know, different topics we can talk about. We was talking about relationships and,
Okay.
you know, and just how us as men could be better. I can say that, you know, because, you know, there was a time in my life where I played with it, you know, and, you know, I done grew up a little bit and, you know, got a little experience under my belt. So, you know,
Okay.
talk about it a little bit.
Okay. So you in a relationship now then?
I am in a relationship.
Okay. What about you?
What about me? Woo!
It's complicated.
Yeah, it's complicated. I'm in some type of relationship. I feel like I'm in a relationship by myself.
Oh man, so it's not an entanglement, huh? It's,
Right.
it's a strange ship.
Right, for real.
That nigga in a strange
When
ship
you're in a
right
relationship
now.
by yourself, it's way more intimate.
Oh man, him and Paulina, they got it going on. Shit, you know your girl don't want to give you nothing. You call her Paulina.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
For real.
And her friend Lotion.
Oh man.
Like I used to
man.
like one of my things you say, man, you got 10 hoes at all times.
At
over
all
here.
times.
At all times.
At
man.
all times. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
man.
Shoot, which one you want to come over? Shit.
She made a joke. She said, you got Ralph and Lauren. Which one?
Man. For real.
Ralph and Lauren. Oh, man.
Hey.
Can't be Rebecca and Lauren?
Nah. It was funny when she said that. It was kind of
Oh,
hilarious.
man.
It
Damn.
was funny.
Hell yeah. That's that. Don't cheat. You got them 10 hoes at all
At
times.
all times, man. You don't need nothing.
man.
For real.
Hell yeah.
But,
Because it's going on a month.
Oh man.
Since my lady done gave me something,
Ooh.
Oh,
get it together, or I'm gonna call up Karen or Amber.
Shit. I ain't in a relationship.
together.
Man. Hey,
Get it together, girl.
Let me tell you this,
I have
man.
to make that phone call.
Let me
to
tell you-
Amber.
Let me tell you this,
Call
man.
Amber.
It's gonna be an Amber Alert. It's gonna be an Amber Alert. You know what I'm saying? Shoot,
You got to say.
Amber Alert and court.
hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Shit, we Johnny Depp on your ass trying to get that 50 mil, but it's probably like 50,000. Shit. Oh man. Hell yeah. Man. So yeah, man. Tell us about the relationships, man. That can't be all. Get that from me
Well,
one time.
I'm going to just be honest with you. You know, there was a time in my life now, I done been through all phases with this shit. Man. Every emotion with it, you know.
Okay.
You know, trying to be the good guy, trying to be the bad guy,
Okay.
trying to pimp on the soul, trying to do a lot of different things, you know, to find love, you know, to try to have what my grandparents had. And it took some time. It really took some time, you know. And, you know, a lot of the times as men, we pick the wrong women and we have expectations out of them that are unreal.
Yeah, exactly.
Unreal.
First, we looking at the beauty and the booty. You know what I'm saying? Then
Right.
we trying to turn them, mold them into something we want to be instead of looking at what they got to offer for us. You know what I'm
part
saying?
right
And we
there.
can put it all together and make it beautiful instead of
part
trying to, you know, in a relationship, man, you can't change nobody.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
And I've learned that, man. I've learned that over the years, you know.
Right.
You try your best to, you know, just be decent. Just be decent. Do the right things and, you know. And I remember a time in my life where I wasn't doing those things. And, you know, I looked for other things and always had my eyes on other things. And it made it hard for my home.
Yeah.
But what I do realize now is that, you know, if you're happy, truly happy, you don't have to go nowhere.
Okay. Okay. I feel you. Now, piggybacking off what you said earlier, you was talking about you want what your grandparents had, right? You know, but the times done changed. You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? We
And-
you know, they ain't
And
sitting
they
on the
wouldn't-
porch making lemonade. Everything's slow.
No,
You know what I'm
not at
saying?
all.
You got 1,000 females at the palm of your hand at any time.
What I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
What I mean by that is having a bond with one person that is in tune with you.
Right.
That when you're sitting there and you're just thinking, you pretty much can read what each other's thinking or how each other's feeling. Stuff like that.
Yeah, it's hard to date these days, man. Especially with social media. Social media is bad for relationships. So y'all brothers out there, y'all be careful, man. It's tough. I know it's tough. You know what I mean? You look on Instagram and you see all these models out here. You know what I mean?
Fuck around and press that like button.
Exactly, right.
It's all bad.
You're thinking about, man, should I slide in her
All
DM?
bad. It's all
I
bad.
go on and slide in her
Man.
DM right quick.
That's
These
why y'all
days, the
should
girls is sliding in your DMs. You know what I'm saying? They
Right.
shit.
Just about to say
You
that.
know what I'm saying?
But I'm gonna
Shit.
tell you, just go knock you something bad that you actually like.
Yeah, but that goes back to you looking at the beauty and the booty, and you don't even know how this girl is after 24 days.
Well, that's
You know
why
what
you
I'm
give it
saying?
some time.
Yeah, well, if you're
Most
going to
men-
knock something, you just going to knock something.
Well, that too, but then too, you know, if you actually like them, then you're able to get in tune with them. And, you know,
Right, and you take your time.
yeah, take your time and see what they're about. But if not, then you know, you just you do what you do. Most women will show you who they are within 30 days.
Yeah. Sometimes, you know, they call that the honeymoon stage. You know what I'm saying? These women, they send out their representatives. Us men, we do it too. You know what I'm saying? We show the girl everything we was talking about, like, oh yeah, you know, I'm this type of guy, and she say she that type of girl, and it's all cool until y'all have that first argument. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had that first argument. Now you's a bitch, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Now she you can't cook hoe. You know what I'm saying? She everything under the sun. And now y'all have, soon as that first argument happened, now it's like just open season. A woman feel like she know you. I know how to press his buttons.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right about
saying?
that. That's true.
And then that's when it goes bad. I feel like in a relationship, if you can get through that first argument and there's no disrespect, because you could argue without disrespecting somebody. You know what I'm
Yeah, you
saying?
can.
You state
You
your
just have a
point.
disagreement.
Yeah, that you state your point, they state their point, and you know, hopefully you change for the better and she changed for the better. then y'all can keep pushing. You know, if you just gonna keep having argument after argument, then I mean, shit. To me, man, like he said, in 30 days, so
It
like
ain't worth
shit. I'm like shit. I'm cool. I'll be on to the next.
It ain't
like
worth it.
man. You know what I'm
Argue
saying?
with these women nowadays is not worth it. It's not worth it.
I mean, you know, it's
To be in a relationship where you're not getting catered to, or where your woman is not treating you like a king, it's just not worth it.
I mean, and on the backside of that, you got to treat her like a queen. You feel
That
me?
part right there, but that goes hand in hand. You know, if you're a king, then you know that's what you're gonna do. You're not gonna do every woman like that, but you're gonna do the one that is in tune with you like that.
Right.
There's nothing that you wouldn't give her.
Man, that is so true. You know,
We all done been in tune with somebody before.
yeah, shit. I mean,
Swaggy,
Yeah, you right about that.
come on now,
Oh yeah, I've been there.
come on now.
And then once you live with that person, you know what I mean. You start realizing their ways. You might not like some of the things she do. She might not like some of the things you do.
But it's a compromise.
Right.
You have to realize that, you know, you're not your biggest mistake in your household.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of times as men, you know, we make a lot of mistakes in our household. You know, we leave the toilet seat up, piss in the toilet, socks on the floor, you know. We want somebody to clean up after us and do certain things. Sometimes, you know, certain women ain't built or cut like that.
right.
Yeah, so.
That's why you got to let your female know what
From
type
the
of woman
rip.
you're looking for. You know what I'm
From the
saying?
rip.
And that you got to always be honest with somebody that you really like, because you know you don't want to put them in a trick bag either. You know what I'm saying?
not at
You got to
all.
let them know, like, hey, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. That way, if she with it, then she with it. If not, she can be gone too.
That part
You
right
know what I'm
there.
saying? So you know, my advice is to always be upfront
I was just
and tell
about to
your
say
woman,
that.
you know what I'm saying, what you like, and listen to her likes and dislikes. And if you ain't with it, then you bounce.
But you
know what I'm
have to
saying?
compromise. Anybody that you're with, man, you have to compromise at some point.
Yeah,
You
but
gotta compromise.
some people, it's okay. You can compromise, but it's always a limit. Each person got their own limits. Like,
definitely.
I just won't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And she probably like, oh, I just won't do that. You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? So, you know, I think of
I
that.
don't want no woman that gonna say she ain't gonna do that.
Well, I mean, exactly. So if she ain't gonna do it, then hey, I got to go to the next. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm getting to. Like, if somebody don't want to compromise with you, then of course you just like, hey, that ain't the woman for me.
That's why
You know what
we
I'm
have
saying?
to be smart enough to recognize what's in front of us.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of us, we get jaded, you know, when we have a lot of things in front of us, and you know, we don't know what to pick because we're jaded by the beauty or the booty.
Exactly.
You know, so
Exactly.
I say that to say this, man. You know, just be smart in your selections, man.
Okay.
You know,
Gotta
be
be
real
smart.
smart in your selections.
Because I mean, you know, we going 30 days. Shit, it's like you in Facebook jail.
I ain't going 30 days.
You know what I'm
Nuts.
saying?
Right,
Like,
for real.
man,
30 days.
shoot. You know, no disrespect to no women out there, but hey, if
None.
it was 30 days and we laid up in the bed, I'm about to use Pauline and squirt one right on you and show you. Like, hey, this is what it is. You say, hey, I can do this myself. I really don't need you, so why am I even here? You know
Dwight.
what I'm saying?
In the words of Pimp C, you need a three-way freak.
For real.
Oh,
Right
They
about
said,
that.
hey, you said a
shit.
tree-way.
oh man.
Getting blue balls over here.
Oh man. You take a bath, them motherfuckers is floating. Oh shit. So yeah, since we talking about women, man, you know, I want to touch on this subject, man. It's kind of touchy. You feel me? Because 1973, they had the Roe versus Wade came out, so that was letting women know that you know they can go get a legal abortion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now it popped up, you know, that they might be taking the Roe versus Wade away, you know? So what that would mean is like all 50 states or certain states can be like, oh, abortion is illegal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like I think it's Mississippi, if you 15 weeks pregnant, you can't have an abortion.
Right.
So, you know, if that shit happened, man, you're going to see a lot of, you know, women dying because they go into these back alley places, just like they do with the butts and the breasts, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Going to the DR to get this and that, spending up all their money and fuck around and die. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, it's a woman, it's her body. How's these old ass white men, you know what I'm saying, trying to tell women what to do with their body?
Right.
They so old, they ain't having no damn kids.
Well,
you know what I'm
real.
saying?
Exactly.
From
Shit.
a person who has a lot of kids, I'm gonna tell you this: that it's to each his own, because everybody isn't meant to be parents. That I do know, and you have to have a choice in place.
Yeah.
I know that people think adoption is a good way, but it's not, because that's not your blood, and that kid is still gonna have genetics and you know, be like the person they came from.
Yeah. I
And it
understand that.
may not be in your likeness, and that's kind of tough.
Well, I mean, I disagree. You know, I think adoption is cool, even though the child's not yours.
I didn't say it wasn't
Don't-
cool.
I know, but it sounded like it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, that's
You
not what
know?
I'm saying. Let me clear
Yeah,
that.
yeah, clarify it.
I'm just saying that sometimes, for some people, they want things in their likeness.
Okay.
For us,
Okay.
you know. Now, if I had complications or I wasn't fertile or things of that nature, then maybe that I would consider that.
Okay.
But for somebody that's fertile and, you know, can reproduce, you know.
They probably don't, you know, if a woman don't want to reproduce, but she actually can, she probably don't want to put her body through the stress. Because, I mean, shit, you know, women can die having babies.
Man,
You know what I'm
they can.
saying?
Yes, they can.
Women can die having babies. You know what I mean?
can.
So, you know, it's a lot of different reasons why women want to get abortions. Shit, they might have been raped. You know what I'm saying? They may just know that they unfit parents. You know what I mean? They may not want a baby in that time in that space of their life.
Right.
Like, okay, you know, I don't want to have a kid now. You know, I had an accident. The plan B didn't work. You know what I'm saying? So I want to terminate my pregnancy. And then you got an old white person. The Supreme Court people I think it's like one or two females on there, and they kind of teetering like which way they gonna vote. You know what I'm saying? The vote is coming up next month. You know what I mean? Or sometime soon. Don't quote me on the date, but sometime soon. So, man, I'm just hoping that they see fit that they don't overturn this Roe versus Wade, because, I mean, it got to be something in place for women to actually go. You know, Planned Parenthood is here for a reason.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? It don't just stop, you know, sexually transmitted diseases. You know, it stops parents that don't want to be parents at that point in time. You know what I mean? So you telling me an old white man could say, oh, you got raped by 7 dudes. You don't know who the baby daddy is, but you got to have this
that
baby.
kid, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's traumatizing.
You know, and that's real traumatizing.
Yeah.
You know, that's like on The Shy. Old girl got
I was
raped and she
just
wanted
about
to
to
have
say
a baby. You know what I'm saying? But that's TV. That ain't every
Right.
kid.
But
you know what I'm
that is
saying?
real life, though.
Yeah. I
Because
mean,
there are some, and like I know somebody personally, you know, who had that happen to him,
right.
and they fell in love with the kid.
Oh yeah, most
You know, they
definitely.
fell
It's a
in
part
love
of
with the
you.
kid, the same way as the Shy. So, you know, knowing somebody who had to deal with that personally, it kind of made it, you know,
Makes sense.
yeah, it made sense.
Yeah. I'm just saying, you know, that's not everybody's story.
I know.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
know.
So, you know, they can't really look at that and be like, oh yeah, they all want to have the kids no matter what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Some people are just unfit.
Yeah.
Some people
That's
aren't
true.
ready, and they should have options, because we'd have a whole bunch of kids in this world with no direction and no guidance and no discipline.
Exactly.
You know, and we have enough of that. We have enough of it.
Yeah.
You know, when we were coming up in the 80s, it was a lot of that.
Yeah.
And the one thing I can say now is that, you know, a lot of our kids, you know, some, not all, some aren't reproducing that fast, but, you know, some are, you know, and it's good to keep the lineage going. But as long as they're strong and they're able to raise the kid.
Right. Exactly. And it's always better to do it with two parents, you know, whether they in the house or, you know, they come
Just
and
willing.
pick the baby up, you know.
Brothers, you have to take care of your kid.
Have to.
You have to.
Have to.
Let me tell you this. I don't care what you do. You cannot put that responsibility on another man. You just can't. You cannot. It is more important than anything in life, especially our sons, man. We have to guide them if we can. If we can. I know some of us aren't able, but we have to.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Swaggy, talk to us, man. You over there quiet, man. What's going
Oh
on?
man, I'm listening to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying?
what's
Dropping
on
that
your mind
knowledge,
about
man.
the situation?
Yeah.
We done went from relationships to talking about abortions. How do you feel about abortions?
Yeah, I feel like women should be free to do what they want with their bodies. You know what I mean? We shouldn't be able to control that.
Yeah, it shouldn't be no old ass white man, or at Clarence Thomas, he's a white man too.
Pretty much, right.
He on the Supreme,
Exactly.
you know. But I think you know, he got scandal with him, so probably all of those judges got scandals with them. Probably got to be a dirty motherfucker to get on that board.
I'm
you
sure
know,
they got some kids out there they ain't taken care of.
man, exactly,
Tell that woman she can't.
Tell you.
man, exactly.
You got to cut that out.
I don't know. You know, I don't know. You know, Juice, you cut like me. You know, Swaggy, you cut too. So you know, we it's important that we take care of our boys.
Man, most definitely.
It's important we take care of our kids.
Yeah.
You know, I know we go through what we go through with the ladies, but we have to. I'm telling you, there's no greater gift in life.
Don't leave out the daughters. You know what I'm saying? We got to
kids,
especially,
plural.
Yeah,
Man, ain't
you know?
nothing better than a daughter.
Yeah, especially the
Your
daughters.
sons, your
you know?
sons are your lineage, but your daughters, you know, and me, I have one, and you know, ain't nothing. You know, I love all my boys. I really do. I love all my boys, but my daughter, I know for a fact she's gonna take care of me.
Right.
I know she's gonna take care of me. You know, because I took care of her.
Kids gonna keep your legacy going.
That part right there. And we have to teach them. We have to keep them with us. We have to show them what we're doing. So that way they're motivated and inspired to do something.
Exactly.
And they learn from us.
They see you getting up, going to work, hustling.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? We all do extra stuff on the side. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's music, doing this podcast,
Yes, sir.
you know, clothes, you know, doing the barbershop, selling cars. You know, it's just a whole lot of stuff. Like, you know, we got to teach our kids that, you know, yeah, you can go to your 9 to 5 every day, but you got to have something else. You know what I'm saying?
Have
Something
to.
else. Because, you know, the money that you making at work is going to pay your bills, but what's going to pay for your thrills and what's going to stack your bread for later?
Man.
You know what I'm saying? You got to
Have
have that,
to have
you
a
know?
contingency plan.
Man, what I say in that episode, man, you got to have that extra shit to bring that extra chip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's right.
saying? You got to have something extra
about that.
all the time, man. So, yeah, we're going to put a button on that. I think we all agree, you know, that a female need to be able to do what they need to do with their own body. You know what I'm saying? We all in agreement with that, man. So, ladies, you know what I'm saying? We all pro-choice up here. Yeah. Now, what was your topic for today, my boy?
My topic for today is we're gonna talk about these rappers and these drugs. You know what I mean?
The Perkies, the Mollies.
Right, Perkins,
Adam,
Percocets,
bro.
Molly's.
The
You know what I'm
Zane.
saying?
They
Whatever
on
it
a
is.
new level.
Right.
They on a new level. Yeah.
You gotta slow down on them, man. You gotta slow it down.
Losing too many youngins, man.
Yeah, they out
Too
here
high.
dying, man.
To drugs and drinking.
Too high.
Come on, man.
Most people don't realize, man, heroin, I mean, not heroin, but lean is really liquid heroin.
Yeah, it is. That's why they get so slow. They call that turtle juice. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I was watching the documentary about Juice's World, man. This dude was on everything, man. Percocets,
Everything.
lean.
Adderalls. He snorting stuff. He doing everything. He was on.
And I'm like, man, I blame the people around them. Like, they just sitting there, they letting them do it.
Shit,
Like,
they
come
getting
on,
free
man.
drugs.
Well,
They getting free drugs. See, a lot of these youngsters, what they fail to realize is the ones that's still making it in the game, they always got an OG in their corner. That's like, nigga, you shouldn't be doing that. You know what I'm saying?
but they go against him. Some do.
I'm just saying the ones that's prospering.
Right.
The ones that's prospering, okay, of course, like Juice WRLD, he got caught in the mix and shit. He came back from another country with all them drugs and he's swallowing shit at the airport.
Right.
That's how he passed away. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nigga, take the charge. You know, you're a rapper. You got money. You know what I'm saying? Take the charge. You feel me? You probably get a drug diversion or some shit. You know what I mean? I guess he didn't know that. But, you know, he had all kids on the plane with him. Everybody was under 25. You know what I'm saying? So, shit. Somebody today, man, what the fuck is you doing? You know? Like, his girl was there. His homies was there.
She was high as
You
hell,
know what
just
I'm
like
saying?
him. She over there loaded too.
Shit. Probably like, yeah, swallow him so we don't get caught. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, what's fucking wrong with you? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She wasn't thinking.
Because she was high. You know what I'm saying?
She wasn't thinking.
Damn,
Nobody was thinking. Everybody was high.
Yeah. What's the other dude named Mac Miller? He passed away a few years ago.
That dude was dope.
You know? Yeah, he was a dope man. He was super dope.
That dude was
Found him dead. I think they found him praying. They found him praying with the Bible open.
I don't know what.
You know?
But
He was screaming for the Lord.
That
You know what I'm
Finny.
saying? He was,
that right? That's
he
how they
was,
found
yeah,
him?
they found him, man, on his knees by his bed that next morning. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Praying.
Sad reality. You know, so much potential, so much ambition, so much hope, and inspiration to your community and where you come from. You just squander that opportunity.
Yeah.
But I learned a long time ago. It's your opportunity to lose. It's not ours.
Right.
You know, and it sucks because, you know, we look at these people for, you know, inspiration and different things. Like our kids look at them, you know, like my son, you know, Pop, he loved Juice WRLD.
Right.
You know, he loved his music. And when he passed, you know, he felt some type of way. What's his name?
Triple X Tentacion.
Whatever his name. What's his name, Pop? Yeah, when he passed, he felt some type of way. So, you know.
See, he passed. He got shot, you know. Some niggas robbed him and stupidly. I mean, you got to know that your material shit, you can get that shit again. You know what I'm saying? I tell my son all the time, somebody come with you with a gun, like, give me that, man, get that shit up.
You can do it again.
You know what I'm saying? We did it once, we could do it again.
Yeah.
You can't be dying over no material items, man.
Nothing.
Ain't nobody stronger than a bullet out here.
We
you know
live
what I'm
to fight
saying?
another day.
Yeah, man, you know. And if you want to catch them later on, you do what you do. But, you know, I feel like, you know, you get robbed by a nigga and all that, you know, it's just, hey, take this shit, I'll catch you again. And if I'm going to do what I'm going to do then, or if I'm not, you know, I ain't telling nobody to do violence or whatnot. But, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, man, you live to fight another day.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
We got to pick and choose our battles as men. And in all honesty, you know, we should never be mad at another man for prospering. We should look at him as motivation.
Yeah.
You know, when I look around and look at some of the people who are around me, you got people who are businessmen, people who are doing things, people who are independent entrepreneurs, you know, all kinds of things. And not once have I ever, you know, been envious of it. I've always been motivated by it.
Right.
But everybody doesn't think that way. I get it.
And, you know, you got somebody to lean on. If you ever wanted to get into a field, we all know somebody that's doing something. Be like, hey, man, how you do this? Hey, man, how you do that? Go pick their brain. Don't try to pick their pockets. You know what I'm saying?
It's easier.
Man.
I understand it's easier for some. But, man, we got to be smarter, man. We got to wise up, man. We can't steal from people. We got to learn from people.
I feel like this, man. No matter who you run into, that motherfucker just like you. He want more than what he got now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to get to that next level up. Like, shit, if they making $1 million a year, they like, shit, next year I want to make 2. And then I want to make 4 or 5.
My daddy would say, stay down till you come up.
Yeah, man. I mean, shit. You know, we can't go spending all the riches on, you know, bullshit. You know, till you got that type of money to fuck off.
It's
You know
nice
what
to
I'm
have a
saying?
piece or two. It's nice to, you know, it's nice to have your little rollies and your nice cars and things of that nature. It's nice. And it feel good. These are trophies in the street, but, you know, we don't want to get killed for them.
No,
You know?
Hell no.
You know?
So back to the drugs, man. The first person I knew that died from drugs was what? Len Bias.
Man.
You know,
I remember that.
on draft night. You know what I mean? And then there's a whole lot of people in between.
Who was that?
Len Bias,
Basketball
he was
player
like
from Maryland.
He was like the next Michael Jordan.
That dude was
You know what I'm
something
saying?
else.
Yeah. He was like the next Michael Jordan. Len Bias. Boston.
Lenny
He
Bias.
got drafted. I think he was number 1 or number 2.
Number 1.
Then he went to Boston.
Yeah.
He was about to be playing with Larry Bird, and they was gonna be the shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But
Yeah.
through that's where the war on drugs came from.
Yeah.
You know?
Because he was about to be. Well, I don't think they was making real big meal tickets back then. But
Oh, he was about
you know
to
what
get
I'm
it.
saying?
He was about to get it.
Because
'Cause
Magic
he was the
Johnson had
one.
signed the biggest deal.
Yeah.
Up until that point, it was like 20 years for $20 million.
He was destined, though.
You look at that now, and these niggas is making that in 2 weeks.
he was destined.
Oh, he was nice.
Yeah, he was super nice. Yeah, you should
super
look him
nice.
up. You should look him up.
And he had fun with this game. He was out there having fun.
Yeah.
He wasn't, you know.
Yeah, it's a movie.
I think that's Hank Gathers.
No. Hank Gathers died. He had
He had a heart
he had a
problem.
heart
Right,
problem.
I remember him. He
But
had a
no,
heart
it's
problem.
a movie. Matter of fact, I'm tripping. Okay, on was it Winning Time? Winning Time, right?
Right.
Winning Time. I think they got a little clip of Hank Gathers. He was hanging out with his boys and he got drafted. That's Hank Gathers that died in that. You watch Winning Time?
I seen Winning Time.
So
yeah.
you remember when they
don't
had the
think he
Boston
was in that.
Celtics? Yeah, man, it had to be Winning Time.
No, because that was 79, 80. That was
That was only that year, and that happened in 84, 85. I got to
I think
figure
Len
out.
Bias came in 86.
I got to figure out what movie that was because they show him at the beginning, and he get drafted. He partying in the apartment, and they telling him slow down, slow down. Then he died. But I'm trying to think.
What was that? I know exactly what you're talking about. It was.
Yeah, I think it was Winning Time.
Was it?
I don't know. That's what they say.
That's what they say.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they say. I can't.
And that boy had been partying.
Yeah, you feel me?
He just,
it was the 80s.
What he did was he got a hold of a real batch.
Probably had that fentanyl back then.
Yeah, he got a hold of a real Colombian batch.
Yeah, I don't know too many people that actually died with cocaine overdoses. So it was something that they cut that with. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Talking about the drugs and shit. Then Pimp C, he died. They say it was a conspiracy, but shit, he died off of that lean.
Cocaine and lean.
You know what I'm saying? He died off of that
he
shit.
He had a cocktail in his system.
Yeah, so.
Man, I love Chad Butler, man. I love Chad Butler to death, man. And I'll tell you, he was the truth, man. The dude was the truth. And it was sad because the day he died, I remember I was working at the Wyndham Bellage, and I rode down the street, and I seen, the TV crew and everything at the little hotel. I think it was the Mondrian or something like that. Somewhere, but it was in Hollywood.
It wasn't no 5-star hotel.
It was in Hollywood. It was a nice hotel.
Really nice they showed hotel. The pictures. I was like, eh.
I mean, basic. I mean, if you're just going to sleep, if you're moving around, you just want something decent that don't have no bed bugs.
Yeah, I know, because when we went to Miami, I found the cheapest hotel.
Yeah, we sure did. One time.
Huh? Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what we were saying. I think it was called the Mondrian. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I think it was.
Okay. So, yeah, man,
This dude's thinking they rock they're rock stars. Rock stars out here. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Well,
I can't do it like the rock stars used to do it.
We all ain't like some people, man, who, can have multiple habits and be functional.
Yeah, man. It's a hard way to pass away.
It is.
Juice WRLD, I think he was something else is bothering him. I think he has something deeper going on.
Yeah, he was a depressed
He's
individual.
talking about dark places and being in the abyss and all type of crazy stuff. I'm like, man, something's going on with him.
Oh, through that documentary, that's what you learned?
I was watching the documentary, that's what they were talking about.
Yeah, like Bobby Brown. I had crack in this pocket, cocaine in this pocket. Yeah, man. So
what's going on? Mental health.
That Juice WRLD song I like.
So do you think they do all of these damn drugs because the industry, they pushing them to a limit? You know what I'm saying? Are they pushing them to a limit? Like, okay, you got a show to do today.
It ain't got nothing to do with the industry.
You don't think so?
Something personal going on in their lives that they feel the need to medicate with these drugs. They're medicating because they've got something going on that they're not happy about, something happened in their past. It could be at home, could be.
So let me tell you this.
Could be no father in his life, could be,
we've all had stuff happen to us. And some good, some bad, some things we couldn't control, some situations we put ourselves into. But we have to be smart enough and strong enough to seek help and do what we need to do to keep ourselves healthy in the mind. Because I'm telling you, man, a mind, man, is a terrible thing. And we have to know that mental health is real. And we get back to this. We were talking about it on the last episode, but we have to get back to it. A lot of people aren't strong in the mind. They're emotional. They get frustrated about things they can't control.
Right.
And sometimes you have to look beyond that and say, man, what's really digging me?
Right.
What's
Find
really
the root of the
getting to
problem.
me? Yeah. Life is not easy. Anything worth having, you have to work for.
A lot of times they go back to the childhood.
Man, can't get over it.
And they don't want to. They can't get over it, but they don't want to go seek that help and find out what the real problem is. Because once you start medicating, you kind of forgot about that. Now you hooked on drugs.
Yeah.
And now you're searching for that first high. They say when you hit any drug, that first high is always the best. So every time you're doing drugs, you looking for that same high. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right about that.
Sucks, man. It really sucks.
Yeah, a lot of, rest in peace to a lot of these brothers and sisters that, Whitney Houston, you know what I'm saying? Juice World, Mac Miller.
Man.
Shit, it's a whole lot of folks.
lot
What was his name, Pop?
Rick James.
Keek? Keek, the dude you was just talking about? Lil Keek? Yeah, he passed away. I guess his liver.
His kidneys and his liver, yeah.
Drinking all that Hennessy. You know what I'm saying? The little kids, not little kids, but young dudes don't think that, they can die from, just drinking.
Cirrhosis.
Like shit, you can get that cirrhosis of the liver at a young age. If you've been drinking since you was 15, 16, running them streets
water.
wild.
You gotta drink that water, man.
Man. Piss smelling like shit. Sewage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Always drink your water, man. No matter what you do, you got to drink that water. Natural shit. Yeah. Anything else on your mind, Swaggy D?
Not at the moment.
Okay, it's about to vote, man. Are y'all voting? City councilmen? You know what I'm saying?
Who we going for?
Shit, I don't know,
Going
man.
for Brandon?
Who?
You going for Lamar?
What's his name?
Brandon Lamar?
I don't know, man. You know him personally?
I do know him personally.
You do know him? Yeah. Okay.
Good dude.
Good dude? Okay, because I know a buddy of mine, he was the councilman, you know what I'm saying, for a little while, so he was telling me, we really need to get, some councilmen in, you know what I mean, to talk to them about, things that's going on in the city as far as like rent control, you know what I'm saying. It's Pasadena, for years, they wouldn't open up for no cannabis dispensaries. And then they said, okay, we gon' let the community do some shit, and we gonna help fund it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So,
they got one on Old Town, and got one on Fair Oaks, and it's a couple of dibbling here and there. All we can have is a delivery service.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we need to get them in here and grill them. Like, why is nobody like us? You know what I'm saying? That got none of these,
Right, yeah.
They supposed to say, your criminal background don't matter. So, you can open up this without your criminal history shouldn't matter. So they lied to us and told us like, yeah, we going to help fund this and all that. Now you try to go get your license. They like, oh man, you need $1 million insurance. You need the $100,000 for this license. You need that for that, and I don't see none of our people having no medical dispensaries right here in the city. You know what I'm saying?
what kills me is they do a lottery. That's what they do. Here, it's $50,000 for a lottery ticket. 10 people get in the lottery. And only 3 people get picked out of them 10 people. And 9 times out of 10, what most people end up doing if they have that kind of money in there and they can just squander it like that, they'll come together with the people who have the license and just work under them and do what they need to do. But it sucks because, when you're trying to be an independent entrepreneur that way and you're trying to, do things that way, the legal way, they just make it really hard for you.
Yeah, they make it so hard, and then they see the color of your skin, and they like, okay, yeah, you got your $50,000, but do you have this $250,000 worth of insurance? Do you have this license? You know what I'm saying? And then once you lose the lottery, you lose your 50, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That
And
sucks.
I mean, if it's
I don't
only
have
10 people-
50,000
back?
to give away.
No, you don't get the 50
you
back.
don't. It's a lottery
Yeah,
ticket.
you don't get the 50 back.
Hell,
You know?
It's like you buying a $50,000 raffle ticket.
Yeah. Or a lottery ticket. Yeah. And then shit, it's a wrap,
If you don't get picked, they keep you 50,000.
Oh yeah, that's some real bullshit.
So yeah, man, we got to check all of these people, man. Get them in here. I was thinking about getting some cops in here. You know what I'm saying? We need the motherfuckers to demonstrate the proper way to arrest the motherfucker or the proper way to pull you over. You know what I mean? Like, what is not complying? Because I don't want to get out the car. I got my license, registration, and all of that type of shit. Right. So, what more do you want? I need to ask them, the law says you shouldn't talk to my passenger, but you over here asking him questions. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of brothers and sisters have been killed because, they think they know the law. You know what I'm saying? And then they like, oh, I'm gonna hold this law to the fullest. No, I ain't talking to you. Getting, you know, disrespectful and belligerent. And the cop he gonna take that as, you know, oh shit, I'm about to pop this dude. You know what I mean? Nigga ain't reaching for nothing. You know?
Yeah.
So shit, it's a whole lot of shit. We need to like really get going.
A whole lot of stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Need to check the councilman, the police. We need to get the mayor in here. You know what I'm saying? Like we really need to like have some real fucking town hall type meeting up in here.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Dialogue is key, man. That's the only way we'll get understanding.
Yeah, bring them to the community and, you know, let them know what's on our minds and the constituents that's in the city minds so they know, like, what we really thinking. Because when they on the campaign trail and all of that, they may have a town hall meeting where people raising their hand, but, you know, they're not finna answer your question directly like that. You know, we get in there, we grill them 3-on-1 or 1-on-1 or whatever it is, then they forced to answer the question. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if he tuck tail, you know, shit, he won't be returning to that office. You know what I'm saying? Shit, because like I said, man, I don't be caring if it's one person or 100 million see this shit. You know what I'm saying? As long as we reach somebody and somebody learns something.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
That's the goal.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Anything else on anybody else's mind?
Man, I think we summed it all up, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. For sure. What about you, Swagger? Swaggerless D?
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. We do need to get some city officials up in here. Like the councilman, the mayor, somebody in here.
Let's have good dialogue, respectful dialogue, and, you know, get some answers.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe inform some people.
Yeah, exactly.
And we can get Pasadena Black Pages in here, too. We can get him in here, too. You know what I mean? He's a good brother doing good in the community.
Yeah, I met him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a little a thing on one of my albums. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that'll be what's his name? Daryl? What's his name? Yeah. I can't think of his name right now, but yeah.
Right. I can't think of it either, but yeah, he's a good brother.
For sure, man. For sure. Well, shit. You know, we're gonna wrap it up on that note.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. You was tuned in to Nuwave Shop Talk. I'm your host, Dina Boy Juice, and my co-host to my left is
Swaggy D.
To my right,
Pasadena Shine, SD, it's all the same.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And remember, man, slow feet don't eat. And just because you got them ends don't mean them niggas around you is friends, bro.
That
and
part.
we out of here. Peace.
Sir.